Hey guys, Terence here from Real Reefing. I'm here with a product, a quick video I just wanted to put out to you guys because I got this product from James at Smarter Reefs after seeing him at MACNA and really loving this product. It's an innovative skimmer design that he's come up with that instead of a skimmer cup, it uses one of these filter fleece rolls, and the bubbles come up in your skimmer and then it touches it, and then all of the schmutz, that's what's in a skimmer, goes onto that roll instead of going into the skimmer cup, and it takes out all of the problems you have with having to empty the skimmer cup once in a while, maybe put it in your wife's sink or your husband's sink and clean it out, and you basically just let it roll up on the roller and then throw it out when you're done. So he said, hey, I'll send one to you. I said, well, my tank's a little big for that skimmer, but I'll give it a shot and try it out if you want. So he sent it to me. We're gonna do an open box here, put the thing together, and maybe I'll get it on my tank before I leave on the next trip that I go on. So let's go for it. So this came in an Amazon box, so I think he's already has these for sale on Amazon. And right in the top, you see here's instructions, which usually when I was doing this, we'd watch people do the video, they just chuck them aside. But he said make sure that you use that QR code right there, and I'll tell you exactly how this whole thing goes together. But I'm gonna take everything out of the box, we're gonna take a look at it, and then we'll reset and see if we can put it together. Hope you guys like the workbench. It's a new set. All right, looks like it's really well packed in here. It's got some foam. Let's see if I can pull that off. Oh, look at all it's coming out in one big bunch. I'm probably gonna drop the whole thing on the floor. We've got a box here, which I'm assuming probably has the pump in it. We'll take a look at that in a minute. It smells really good. We've got all of these bits and pieces. It's all made out of acrylic. It's handmade. I do believe it's made in China, like many or most of the acrylic pieces out there. So it looks like it's really well packaged inside here, that it's gonna take a beating. This looks like the actual rollers that go on the top for the roller mat material. We have that, comes with it. We've got our toilet paper right here. Charmin. Doesn't say how long it is, but he said it lasts like about, I think, 3 months that you'll get out of this. We'll see. And let's see, that's it. So now we're gonna have to open it all up and put it together. So let's see how that goes. Okay, we're here at the workbench with all the things I took out of the box, and we're gonna at least start to follow the instructions by doing the QR code here, see what comes up with this QR code. Oh, we got an assembly video, we got a self-cleaning motor controller operation video, we got a tuning the protein skimmer video. I'll get to those at some point, but I'm just gonna start opening this up and see what the parts are, and maybe I'm gonna give it a shot putting it together. So let's try. We've got, this is the roller piece. Take it out of the plastic. Everything's very nicely packaged. I will say it doesn't look like, sometimes you have these products that are, first run and inventors products, they put something together and it kind of looks like it was done in your garage. This is not the feeling I get with this product. I feel like it's been done in a first-rate factory. All the edges are really beautifully polished on all the acrylic. I mean, really nicely polished, and seems first-rate. We got the pump here too. Let's see what's going on in there. I'm sure it's a pump made in China, which doesn't necessarily, make it bad. I mean, after all, Ecotech pumps are made in China. Neptune pumps are made in China. Like pretty much all the pumps are made in China, okay? Except a couple that are made in over in Germany. Looks similar, but I don't think it is, to a J-bow type pump. It's a DC pump. Says it's 4,000 liters per hour, 43 watt pump. Comes obviously with a motor controller on here, and I'm sure that that comes into play when we tune this skimmer. That's something there too. And then we have another timer here. So one of these is the feed rate of the material, and the other one is the pump motor controller. This is stuff all shrink wrapped here. Take this off. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised that something, again, that you would see at the show, it was, first pass, new inventor, that they would make something and it would look this clean. It's not usually the case. There's been other products, other skimmers, other algae, algae reactors or algae, things that grow algae that are done. The first ones that came out always look a little rougher than stuff that's made in the factory, but that is not the case here. So it looks like we got a standpipe here. Again, everything's all packaged. We got some brackets here. We have another QR. Oh, this is the diffuser plate for the skimmer. So this obviously goes over your pump in the bottom, helps kind of spread out the bubbles in your skimmer. So there's one of these. Again, everything is so perfectly polished and clean. I mean, look at these pieces. I mean, it is really, really nice. Looks like some roller tubes. This is the motor assembly that moves the toilet paper, as I call it. This looks like a Venturi and a noise muffler. Here's the Venturi. Looks to me like a good use for the slide lock product from those guys over at Slide Lock instead of using all these little nuts. So just a little shout out to those guys. Here's the body. As I said, now that it's got all the plastic off of it, you can really appreciate how nice all of those edges look, all the seams, everything looks super professionally done. And yeah, now I'm gonna stick it together. Now I gotta go watch the video and put it together. So I went ahead and shot that QR code because I got all these pieces here.
Hi, I'm James with Smarter Reefs. Thank you so much for purchasing the patent-pending self-cleaning protein skimmer. Get ready to say goodbye to the weekly cup and neck cleanings. Our protein skimmer comes with a self-cleaning motor assembly which activates once a day, cleaning the scum from the upper portion.
We're gonna do it. Okay, so we're gonna put the pump body together somehow or another by putting this on here, and then put this little guy right here. Oop. So we gotta put that secures to here. So there's a little bit of assembly to do. Not a big deal though. Then this guy goes back on here like this. And then you gotta put these little feet in here. So the trick to putting these little feet on to any of these pumps, just so you know, is grab a little pair of needle nose pliers, and there's a little rubber nipple on the front, and basically you pull that little nipple, and yeah, I said pull the nipple. And these are important because these help dampen the noise, so you don't want to skip this step. Slide it back on like that, and now your pump's ready to use. So you get a Y cable with this too, with the power supply, because the power supply is going to work not just the pump, but it's also going to work the advanced motor for the felt material.
The self-cleaning assembly includes the main roller bracket, the self-cleaning motor housing.
Yeah, I watch it in 2X. And we now have to put this into here. I was thinking, how is this going to work? But there's actually a little notch in it, and that's how it works. So this has got to go down into here. Now this is a little bit inconvenient, I must say. I don't think this is the greatest of designs, in all honesty, real reefing. It is kind of a pain. I would have a plate on the bottom that, you know, would come off. Now I'm assuming next that the Venturi is going to go on here. Interestingly enough, this tube does not have any threads in it, so it's just a push fit on this pump. I mean, I guess you could spin it on there, but really what it does is just kind of push fits on there. And then we have now, we got supposed to put the skimmer air hose on, you know, the air intake and the silencer. We're gonna do that with this little bracket with the small ones. Okay, so now we've got the bracket on for the silencer. We just simply stick the air tube onto here, stick it onto the Venturi, and now we got that part solved. Boom, except there's a kink in it. So not exactly solved. Maybe move this, you know, that way, and then maybe get this like this, and now we can do it without a kink. What's next? Well, next is we've got to build the motor plate onto here. So he put these screws in. This is a little cumbersome, and he said do not use tools. I almost want to use one right now because doing it with my fingers is a real pain in the butt. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a screwdriver, and I'm just not going to tighten it very tight because it'll take me forever to do that by hand. And on the other side, we have to put the other bracket, and that bracket goes on thusly. So the same kind of screws go on there, and you're going to align these two slots here. All right, I've got that on. Looks like this thing probably goes here like this, the best I can tell. This is the drive part right here. This is going to go on here, and this is going to go on here somehow or another. Think like this. And then there's another screw here and another screw here. Again, little tricky to get the screws in. Oh, here's the reason why. There's a little bit of acrylic flashing, just a little bit right in there, and that's keeping me from getting my screw in there. So I just need to take a little knife and just get out that little bit of flashing. Now you can see There you go. So the idea, I'm sure, is to rotate this up and out to put in and take out the material. There we go. So somehow or another that all works together. I'm sure I'm going to find out later. So the way this is supposed to work, this sits up on top, okay? And then this thing is where my toilet paper goes on. Let's see if I get this correct or not, but I think it goes on like this, and then like this, and like this, and then you, I think, bring it across these things thusly and down, and then you take the sticker and you put it on there. So now you can see you got the sticker on there. It goes around the bottom, and we've got our felt material here to pick up the schmutz from the skimmer. Okay, it looks like I gotta take this thing out for a minute. Hopefully it doesn't roll away on me. Loosen this. So this goes through here, just like that. And this pipe goes in here like this. This goes back up, I think like this. And now, I think we're assembled. I think that's it. So this is actually your drain, so that when you have any kind of an overflow, right, that it can't pick up on this, it evidently comes out this drain, and that's why they have the separate reservoir that they sell. Okay, so that's all of the kind of mechanicals up there. Then we have all the electronics. And in order to do that, as I said, there's a Y cable for the power. You basically have to plug both of these controller boxes into there. One of them goes to the pump, and the other one goes to the motor that advances the fleece. You know, it rolls a little bit of fleece, you know, every day. You got the two controllers. You want to mount those obviously away from the water. Hook up your power supply to the Y connector. Pretty straightforward, no nonsense kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna hook this up downstairs in my, in my tank. Obviously a 425-gallon aquarium with a 200-gallon sump is not what this is intended for. So this whole drain tube that I have here, I'm gonna have to figure out something for that, like a bucket or something, I don't know. But we'll make it work, we'll get it running, and then we'll come back in about a month and tell you guys how it went, see how the thing performed. I think it's a really cool idea, being able to have a different way to actually get rid of the skimmer goo. So that you don't have to clean out a skimmer cup and it just goes on this roller. But we'll give you the real, feedback on what it is, because it's real reefing. You guys like the video? Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, then you'll know when my next videos come out. Like this video. Go to all the channels. We're on Instagram too at real.reefing. Go, and find us there. Until the next video, take care. Terence with Real Reefing.